clothes. You're fouling balls off, you're letting it deep. To have that ability at this age, impressive.
Pops a 2-2 up.
2-2 popped up.
Mario and Abrams. It'll be the captain of the infield, C.J. Abrams, to take it.
What'll be interesting the second time around when the Braves hitters come back, you're seeing a lot. Mike have success with this little 80-mile-per-hour slider, right? And so I think that second time through, it'll be interesting to see how these hitters adjust to that and start to pick it up. Because that's what happened his last start. He went 5 innings, didn't give up any runs, and then he hit that 6 and gave up all 4 of his runs.
Ozzie comes up aggressive, one bounce to low. And Ozzie hitless down his last 27, longest streak in his career, and there are 2 away. Michael Harris, he had the defensive play of the game last night, that's for sure. What a catch out at center field. He also had a couple of hits and an RBI as well.
Did we ever ask Mike what day he wears the shoes, different things? Have we done that?
There's no rhyme or reason. And I remember asking about his headbands. He's got about 100 of them, and he just picks one.
But headbands, I get it's a little different, but you went to Money Mike Green last night and had the big game.
Think he'd run it back?
Yeah, come on.
Okay. Unless he goes to the chop house here, and then you like the choice.
They keep going.
Solid hit out to right center. Hustled out of the box, but he's going to be held to a single here. So Michael Harris having a really strong series so far.
Proof it's not the shoes, it's the guy. It's the guy, man. He picked that engine up in that 5, 6, 7 hole. It just lengthens that lineup out.
Hey, Daniel. Larry. How are you, my friend?
2-out single, and now the
2-out single.
Eli White.
Eli White. Strike right there.
I think I like the green a touch better. I don't mind the ones that he's got on. But the green, it goes with the Money Mike theme, right? It just makes it, yeah. In on the hands. He bounces away the single.
In on the hands.
What impressed me the most with Eli White is every game you're seeing him make adjustments back to certain guys he's facing. He's put a nice run together now where it's not like it's a small sample size. We're starting to get it lengthened out. The pitchers are adjusting to you, but we saw it last night with his base hit. He's adjusting back each game, each at bat.
And he set the table with that hit in the ninth, came around to score the game-winning run.
Ball. 0-2. I mean,
He's still
1-2.
rocking that torpedo bat, and why not? It's still working for him.
torpedo bat's been working for him.
Mike Wayne in there. He was getting ready to go. It's perfect time for me for him to turn the field.
Yeah, 2 outs, 2.
Yeah, he was getting scoring position. If you happen to get thrown out, you get Eli a new count.
Harris does go. But Eli White strikes out, so it doesn't matter. We are through 2 innings here, game 2 of the series.
2-2. Here in game number 2 of this 4-game set.
You won this year's chili cook-off. Our girls played in the softball finals last spring. You're not just another policyholder to us. We remember your name. Hi, Cheryl.
You remember my name.
Because it's your name. That's simple human sense. Ask your independent agent if auto owners make sense for you. Jeff, Mary, Dan, Sarah, Dave.
There's a reason they don't call them clean bikes, am I right? Because of dirt bike
Gas stations.
You gotta start at the top and work your way down. You want me to do yours next? Oh, you're from Oklahoma.
They have to fill the silence.
The bathroom code's 9914.
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your home auto when you bundle with us.
Look at this hot rodder.
If you have polycythemia vera, or PV, it may impact your moments. While you may blame the way you feel on getting older, it could mean your PV is getting worse. It's time to help take control of your PV. For adults with PV who have already taken a medicine called hydroxyurea and it did not work well enough and they could not tolerate it, Jakafi kept the volume of red blood cells under control and reduced spleen size. Jakafi can cause low blood cell counts. Tell your doctor right away if you develop bleeding, bruising, tiredness, shortness of breath, or fever, or if any of you get worse. And before taking Jakafi, if you have an infection, have or had TB or hepatitis B, or had a blood clot, heart attack, other heart problems, or stroke, non-melanoma skin cancers and increases in cholesterol have been reported. With another JAK inhibitor, there's increased risk of major cardiovascular.
$55 to the Henry Louis Aaron Fund for every Braves homer. They'll do that through the end of this year. A minimum commitment of $1 million. 43 homers, over 32,000 raised so far this season.
Got great folks, man.
Like to do that tonight. Right now, it's all about Schwellenbach trying to keep this a 1-0 game. Abrams hit the homer on the 96-mile-per-hour pitch up and away in the zone. But since then, Schwellenbach has retired the next 6.
Those are the ones you go back on film, right? And you're like, that ball should not be a home run.
And you kind of tip your cap to Abrams on that one. Right back to Schwellenbach. He always makes those look so easy, but they're not.
When you do the PFP in spring training. That used to be so much more important. Now with the the way everybody kind of plays, I feel like any ball from the middle, if you let it go, there's a guy there.
But he's one of the best at fielding that pitcher spot. There's no question. From one side tonight with Soroka, you've got a first-round pick for the Braves back in 2015. This guy, Schwellenbach, a second-round pick by Atlanta in 2021. Going to get another chance here. Makes the most of that one as well. 2 away. Quick message from Delta.
From Braves country to the world. Delta, official airline of the Atlanta Braves.
Here is Abrams, who is the reason this ball game is 1-0. He was hot coming into the series. He was tipped for his last 19, but was 0 for 4 yesterday, and then the homer in the first today. In on the hands, shallow center. Harris in, and Schwellenbach, another 1-2-3 frame.
At US Cellular, you can get the amazing new iPhone 16 on us, plus $300 off any iPad. We like iPad Air, both with Genmoji.
Get iPhone 16 on us. No trade-in or plan requirements, plus $300 off any iPad. US Cellular, built for us.
If you have polycythemia vera, or PV, it may impact your moments. While While you may blame the way you feel on getting older, it could mean your PV is getting worse. It's time to help take control of your PV. For adults with PV who have already taken a medicine called hydroxyurea and it did not work well enough or they could not tolerate it, Jakafi kept the volume of red blood cells under control and reduced spleen size. Jakafi can cause low blood cell counts. Tell your doctor right away if you develop bleeding, bruising, tiredness, shortness of breath, or fever, or if any of them get worse. And before taking Jakafi, if you have an infection, have or had TB or hepatitis B, or had a blood clot, heart attack, other heart problems, or stroke. Non-melanoma skin cancers and increases in cholesterol have been reported. With another JAK inhibitor, there's increased risk of major cardiovascular events in those who have risk factors, blood clots in the legs or lungs, sometimes life-threatening, and an increased risk of lymphoma and other cancers. The most common side effects are low red blood cell counts, dizziness, and diarrhea. Why let PV impact your hormones? Discover your path to possible. Talk to your doctor about Jakafi.
This is what you can buy for $10 at KFC $10 Tuesdays. And this is what you can buy for $10 at a coffee shop.
This is coffee.
I know, it's expensive.
Get more bang for
Ball is presented by Truist. The young battery, Spencer Schwellenbach, Drake Baldwin, retiring 9 in a row, but Atlanta's still down here 1-0 as we head to the home half of the third. And Allen to lead it off. Soroka getting ahead here 0-2. Michae Soroka left Atlanta after the 23 season. Traded to the White Sox. The Braves got Aaron Bummer in return. And last year with the White Sox, he started out in their rotation, but he struggled. They moved him to the bullpen. And when they moved him to the bullpen, he started to have some success. But ultimately, the numbers didn't look great last year. Near a 5 ERA, an 0-10 record for Soroka. And then signs the one-year deal with the Nationals. And some guys, it just seems like, Frenchie, one injury turns into another to another. So he had the Achilles injuries. He was trying to come back from that second Achilles injury. He had a shoulder injury. He had another issue with his hamstring, and then this year the bicep thing, and you just hope that this guy can stay healthy.
Yeah, and I think you saw the one year $9 million, and I think you know what the league thinks that is in the tank and what he can do, and you're seeing it here tonight. So with velocity, mixing and matching. The biggest thing for Mike, when I always thought back, was what made him so great, man, was that how he delivered the ball and then had that heavy sinking. When he got hurt, he had to change up his delivery. I just think he never was able to really kind of find it because of the other injuries, right?
And that will make it so that Ruiz has to throw down. Verdugo a little delayed getting out of the box. They're 2 away. Well, Brian Snicker certainly has fond memories of Michae Soroka. They had a good relationship. Wiley, what did you find out from Snit?
Yeah, he was asked about it earlier today, guys. The first words out of his mouth were how much he admires Michae Soroka's perseverance in dealing with all these injuries. And, he was asked, are you especially excited that he was in a starting role versus the bullpen? And Snit kind of just said, look, I'm just excited he gets a chance to do what he loves. Just a chance to get back out there and pitch and compete. And look, there's a lot of fun memories, obviously, for Michael here in Atlanta. So it was a big part of those. But, again, just admires how hard he's worked to get back.
It's one thing to tear that Achilles once, which he did, but then he's rehabbing, he's walking up and down the dugout stairs, and he tears it a second time. It went almost 3 full calendar years without pitching at the big league level. So certainly he had to overcome a lot. His friend and former teammate Austin Riley fouls it away 2-2.
They gave Austin a little chin music to start this at bat.
Yeah, that wasn't so friendly.
The hardest thing sometimes when you face a buddy like that, a guy you spend a lot of time with through the minor leagues, all this, because as a hitter, you're just trying to not smile, not make eye contact.
Austin Riley gets it a ride out to right center, but in play for Young, and he's got it. And Soroka has Atlanta scoreless through 3.
See that every day.
Mind your business.
I mean, how did that happen?
Mind your business, Billy. That's why we have auto owners. Our agent was able to customize our policy so when the unexpected happens, we know we're covered.
Because minding your business is our business.
Now that's something human sense.
Ask your independent agent if auto owners make sense for you.
Boy, you really got her good, Earl.
Yeah.
To everyone making time for life's best moments, let us celebrate with you.
In Wisconsin, we love celebrating together.
Big days or any other day. From hot and juicy to ooey gooey
To oh my word.
Oh my word. Serving you a handcrafted meal that makes
today a little bit more special. That's what fills us up inside. From Wisconsin with love.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can start it with a splash. With a play date at a park. Or at a party with friends. Or at an epic water balloon fight. Gotcha!
Right now, lease a new 2025 Prius for $299 a month. Or lease a 2025 Corolla for $239 a month.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
An underdog, you can make picks and win money by hitting higher or lower on your favorite players all season. And you can win up to 1,000 times your money.
Run up the score, all playoffs on Underdog. Sign up, deposit, and get up to $1,000 in bonus credits. Download Underdog today.
For Spencer Schwellenbach. So far tonight, pitching well. Just that one homer to Abrams to start the game. That's the only hit that the Nationals have. James Wood in front of the slider.
That's the thing for Spencer. You can land those pitches like that behind the count, then you can really make that 97, 98 play.
He knows he's got to be careful with this guy. 11 homers, 11th last night to lead the team. 22-year-old that was part of that Juan Soto trade at the 22 deadline with the Padres where there were 8 players involved, but that's where they got Mackenzie Gore. That's where they got C.J. Abrams, and that's where they got this guy, James Wood. Schwellenbach, 3-1 slider misses. Wood will take his base.
Come on. Shit, if this is gonna how it's gonna be, boys nation. Boys nation. Yeah, I agree. Well. Players need to get going. They need to get their heads out of the. Oh, get the backs waking up. Oh, it's a sucker.
A lot of beautiful pictures tonight from our award-winning director, Andy Greatstone.
Nice view from downtown Atlanta, a.k.a. home of the Atlanta Braves.
Wood over there with a free pass. 33rd start for Schwellenbach.
33rd start.
Excuse me, 30th career start for Schwellenbach. Just the 33rd.
Schwellenbach.
He has issued. Command has been so good for him here in his first 2 big league seasons.
Swing and a miss. 2-2.
Ground ball going foul past Matt Olson.
Ground ball going foul. From past Matt Olson. No.
And Lowe is down on strikes.
Lowe is down on strikes. One away.
Well, that was great. After three kind of sliders right here, again, you're able to kind of bump that cutter at 97 up in the zone. And you can see the frustration by Lowe and Oni Chase.
3 strikeouts now for Schwellenbach, and he's dealing to Ruiz.
Dealing to Luis.
Mentioned the one
Ball outside.
The trade in 2021 that brought Ruiz over. Part of the deal that sent Max Scherzer and Trey Turner to the Dodgers at the 21 deadline.
He had a lot. That's great.
Yeah, I mean, after that 2019 World Series title, runner goes for second. Matt Olson will step on the bag. Wood is safe in scoring position.
Wood is safe in scoring position.
Yeah, it's just been a rebuild ever since that 2019 title for Washington.
Not trying to get him.
Trying to catch him snoozing.
Ball.
Shuffle back, but Wood being 6'7", just kind of drops that leg on the bag.
And now Rosario.
Now Rosario at the plate. Down low.
They're starting to see some of the fruits of those trades, especially the Juan Soto deal between Abrams, Wood, and Mackenzie Gore. As they continue to try to rebuild there in D.C. To the left side by Allen.
Left side by Allen. 1-1 will score.
Washington up 2-0.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame because you got the ground ball you wanted, Brandon, on that pitch. Just unfortunately where kind of Allen was shaded and Riley was shading. Because he got him out front and just rolled over it. Just kind of perfectly placed.
Just the second hit for the Nationals, but they've been able to play 2 runs with those 2 hits. Now Josh Bell.
Now Josh Bell. 2-0 Nats.
Interesting to see the next few years with this Nats team with all the great young talent if ownership spends a little bit and brings some pieces because they've got some guys.
I think that's the next step, right? They're going to have to open the pocketbook a little bit.
But sure, you've kind of got what you need, and now it's like, let's start to add to that.
Yeah.
1-2.
1-2 in the dirt. 2-2. Here in the fourth.
And as we documented last night, the bullpen is where they're really lacking right now. Dave Martinez, of course, was there for that World Series championship, now in his 8th year as their skipper. And some may not remember, but Dave Martinez, he ended his 16-year playing career as a Brave. Had a season-ending knee surgery back in spring training in 2002, so 2001 was his last year. And it was in a Braves uniform. He retired after that injury in the 2002 spring training.
Yeah, it's been the highest on that World Series and the lowest of lows.
And to be honest, as we're talking about, just after that World Series style team, he just didn't have a lot. The cupboard was bare.
Oh, yeah.
But so well respected around the game.
Ball.
A little low.
Just a little low, as Bob Uecker would say.
One-time GM, there's good continuity between those two.
3-2 pitch. And it's Schwellenbach. Good eye by Josh Bell.
Yeah, I was going to say, those are two tough pitches to lay off. Really same location. And Bell didn't offer either of them.
Somebody needs to go get a mound visit.
24 pitches in the inning, and the next pitch will be number 60 here tonight for Schwellenbach.
Schwellenbach.
60 is a strike to De La Cruz.
He's a strike to De La Cruz.
By the way. Is he staying the whole game?
He's into it, man.
Well, there's something certainly to be said for that relationship, and the Braves have that with Brian Snicker, Alex Anthopoulos, just two that get along so well together. A lot of respect.
Two out, two on, in the top of fourth. 1-2 fastball.
99 from Schwellenbach to end the inning. It's 2-0.
Out number 3 for Schwellenbach. I'll be right back, everybody.
Where's our car?
Oh, my neighbor.
I'm on it.
You covered for this?
Of course. That's why you chose auto owners. We work together to get the right coverage. When the unexpected happens, you know you're covered.
That's simple human sense. How do we get to be here?
Sure, you wait. Ask your independent agent if auto owners make sense for you.
I just had to put the slow mode on so when I'm away, the mods can help with moderating.
Right now, lease a new 2025 Tacoma SR5 for $309 a month, or get 1.99% APR for 72 months on a tough new Tundra.
No count.
Toyota, let's go places.
To everyone making time for life's best moments, let us celebrate with you.
In Wisconsin, we love celebrating together.
Big days or any other day. I'm Juicy. We're doing
So, oh my word.
Oh, my word. Serving you a handcrafted meal that makes today
a little bit more special. That's what fills us up inside. From Wisconsin with love.
We waited a long time to get right here. Ronald Acuna Jr. beginning his rehab assignment tonight down at School Today Park in Northport. And in his final plate appearance, sends a home run over the center field wall off the batter's eye. Guys, a great start to the rehab for Ronald Acuna Jr.
Absolutely. Hopefully we'll be seeing that swing in a Braves uniform very soon. And thanks to Mike Dunn, who runs the facility down there, does such a good job for making sure that we got that footage in a timely fashion tonight. People are wondering, okay, so how quickly will Ronald be up? Don't have the answer to that. Don't know how it will progress. Will it go from there to AA to AAA? A lot of that may depend on schedules where the teams are. What we do know is that there's 20 days. There's a 20-day period where he has to be called up to the bigs. So that would be by June 1st. 1-2 here to Matt Olson. And he fouls it away.
Good catch by that fan.
Got a round of applause over there at the third level. Well, so far, Michae Soroka in his return trip here to Atlanta doing what he had hoped. No runs, just a couple of hits given up. First time that he has faced his former team. Did not face Atlanta last year with Chicago. Called strike at the knees. And Olsen disagreed with Austin Jones.
It's one of those tough ones, man. You know what happened there? I think it's like that ball started there and stayed there. Never sank. It stayed on that bottom plane. I think it's one of those 50-50, right? Sometimes it's ball four. Sometimes it's strike three.
It was close. Now 4 strikeouts for Soroka. He had 8 strikeouts last start against Cleveland, and that the most strikeouts that he had since 2019, that magical season with the Atlanta Braves.
Well, I talked about that slider the second time through, and still haven't been able to adjust to it yet. Think about it, fastball's 94 to 96, and then that slider's at 80. So it's 15, 16 mile per hour difference.
Change up nowhere near. 1-2 to Ozuna. th pitch of the night for Soroka, and Ozuna lays off the slider. Marcel grounded out to third, back in the first inning. Full count. Liner, and it goes off of Tana, out to right center. That'll go as a single all the way for Ozuna. 1 out hit.
That ball squared up right there by the Big Bear. Oh, I like my face.
Yeah, Tana's like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
There's no chance.
106.
And a nice series so far for Marcel. 2 for 3 yesterday with a homer and a single here in 2 trips tonight.
Well, we showed you those numbers in that Truist Park and him on the road, and he likes being here. It's good climate for the Big Bear.
It is. Hopefully it gets a cool night or two up in Boston and Fenway Park in the next road trip. And then the Braves will go to D.C., so they'll actually face the Nationals 7 times in 11 days. Did you like that as a player, seeing a team 7 times like that in a short span, see the same pitchers, same stuff, or it didn't really matter?
I never minded it that much. You know, it had to happen so much more when you played 18, 19 games within your division against those teams. You're playing 72 games a year against 4 teams.
Yeah, it was a couple of years ago they backed it from 19 to 13 games within the division. Drake Baldwin swinging a miss at the slider, 3-2. Payoff pitch into the seats. Baldwin popped out to short in the second inning. 3-2. Baldwin deep to right. And that ball is gone. A 2-run shot by the rookie Drake Baldwin to tie this game in the fourth.
You know, he saw that pitch enough now between the first and back, fouling all those ones off, and he finally got one to hang long enough and drove that thing right in the right field seat.
Cruising right, trying to fake everybody.
Not only that, hopefully we can find the replay. He faked the Big Bear out of his shoes. We have to see if we can see this at some point. Look at that hanger. And absolutely crushed.
Yeah, cruising right just stayed looking in like he was waiting to receive the ball shy of the track. And then it went over his head and over the wall.
Marcel slammed on the brakes.
Watch him, acting like he's setting to catch you.
Watch the Big Bear.
Got him, coach. That's a good thing it went over. And then he could trot the rest of the way. Ozzie the other direction to Wood. Tell you what, though, Drake Baldwin, man, he just continues to impress. 4 homers now. The game-winning hit the other night. Nothing seems to faze that kid.
Well, and really, you throw him and Murph together, you talk about the power numbers for those catchers right now. I mean, Sunday in Pittsburgh, the big double for Murph. I mean, there is a lot of stuff coming from those two guys.
He showed you the numbers earlier, just how good they've been as a tandem offensively, and it's been impressive to watch.
You got to know Marcel's going to take some ribbon in that thing. He got me for a split second. Then I thought, man, the Drake Baldwin hit that ball hard.
The way it was coming off the bat, I thought, what is Cruz doing? It's like, oh, he's trying to fake everybody. Upstairs, 2-1 here to Michael Harris. So a brand new ball game here after the Baldwin homer the 4th inning. The Nats got a single run in the first and one more here in the top of the 4th. Now 30 pitches this inning, so Soroka was coming right along and only giving up 2 singles. But laboring here in the 4th.
And again, kind of like last start, 5 innings and then ran into trouble, and that's where when you're working back like this, start to wonder if you lose some of that movement on your heater. He's done a lot of sliders tonight, too.
And remember, he hasn't really been stretched out much because of that biceps injury, with this just being the 3rd start of the season. And he walks Harris. Jim Hickey will stroll to the mound. Eli White will be coming up next for Atlanta for more on the right fielder. Let's go back down to Wiley.
Let's take a look at our racetrack fueling up feature here, Brandon. Eli White against the fastball. His first 4 major league seasons versus the last couple, and you can see the numbers wildly different, particularly down there at the bottom on the swing and miss rate. And in talking to Eli earlier this week, we touched on that toe tap that he had introduced instead of that big leg kick. And when he finished that 2023 season, the biggest takeaway he had was he really struggled on high velocity. So by introducing that toe tap, he felt like it gave him a better chance to be on time for the fastball. And as French, you always say, if you're not on time for the fastball, you're not hitting this league.
Yeah, you're not going to stay here, that's for sure. And you see the difference there.
There it goes. Throw down. Safe. Tatum pointed right to the dugout.
Has there ever been a play now where a guy doesn't point to the dugout?
True. And they're going to review it. But to your answer, to your point, no, there has not been. Everybody points now.
If you got him on the leg right here before he got the hand in.
Watch you get a challenge in the safe call in second.
The hard thing from that angle is that mitt already on the.
Yeah, can you say definitively it wasn't on the bag already?
So you got him right there. Probably, he might be out.
I think he is out. It's just a question of, watch this angle. Yeah, I think that'll be overturned.
After review, the call, the field is overturned. The runner is out. Washington will receive their challenge.
Good looks by our crew. Harris is out, hitting over, but Drake Baldwin. His first visit to the chop house, sneaking this over the wall to tie it at 2 apiece.
Running a business gives me enough to deal with, like video meetings. Nope, you're muted. You're muted. Getting trapped by this guy.
Stumbling through the bushes and bam, poison ivy all up and down my arm. My mom said it may be a rough summer.
And filing an insurance claim. Luckily, auto owners makes it easy. They pay what they owe without any hassle. That's simple human sense. Ask your independent agent if auto owners make sense for you.
Game night Friday. You in?
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can go here, through that, here, woo, and here.
Right now, you can lease a new 2025 Land Cruiser for $499 a month, or lease a new 2025 Tacoma SR5 for just $309 a month.
Your summer starts here, and just keeps on going.
Toyota, let's go places.
To everyone making time for life's best moments, let us celebrate with you.
In Wisconsin, we love celebrating together.
Big days or any other day. From hot and juicy to gooey gooey
To oh my word.
Oh my word. Serving you a handcrafted meal that makes
today a little bit more special.
That's what fills us up inside.
From Wisconsin with love.
Hey, did you make that appointment?
I'll do it when we get back.
Weeks of the season for the Braves. And all even as we head to the 5th inning, Schwellenbach back to work. Brandon Gunn, Jeff Francoeur, Wiley Ballard with you on Truist Park. Tata shows bunt, takes a strike. Those 7 straight one-run games, that's the longest streak by any team in baseball in 4 seasons. You see the record is 11. Hope we don't get there. By the 67 Reds. Schwellenbach covers. But it just shows you how unusual it is to have this many one-run games. It's been crazy.
I guess you could say you're battle tested.
You're battle tested, that's for sure. And you've gone through the injuries. But you know, Brian Stinker's over there saying, guys, can we just get like a 5-2 win tonight?
And that goatee's almost full bread.
I like the goatee look for Stitt, by the way. What do you think?
I like it. Let's switch it up during the season, you know?
Ronnie had to give him the thumbs up, and she did. Franny got the strong goatee. He's got the Pearl Eyes goatee. Single out to left for Jacob Young. And Young is 1 for 2. But you'd also like to break this streak of games that are close, just also like we said yesterday for the bullpen.
Well, and that's the thing, right? You start thinking tonight, Iglesias is going to be down tonight. He pitched Sunday and then threw 26 pitches, I think, yesterday. And you just start to wonder, your Jackson, Spencer's been economical. I mean, 69 pitches here in the fifth, so you think maybe another inning or 2/3?
He hasn't hit the century mark yet this year. He threw 93 pitches last Thursday against the Reds. And 10 of the last 12 decided by one, but the Braves have won 6 of them. Abrams had the homer all the way back in the first. He's ahead of the count here, 3-0. Is Scott on the left side. Allen there, Verdugo there. It'll be Nick Allen. Quick message here from Georgia Drive Chevy.
The 2025 Trax, starting at $21,795. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. Proud partner of the Atlanta Braves.
So 2 away. Young still down at first, and you got to be careful with Young because he has good speed and he will take off.
Right now, though, if you're the Nats, I know he's got good speed, but you got a guy with one swing of the bat can give you that lead back, and if he does take off, you leave that base open with 2 outs. You can ultimately pitch around him if you want.
Right out in front of home plate. Baldwin will take it down to first to send us to the bottom of the fifth.
Running a business gives me enough to deal with, like video meetings. Nope, you're muted. You're muted. Getting trapped by this guy.
I'm going through the bushes. It's bad. Poison ivy. All up and down my arm. My mom said it's going to be a rough summer.
And filing an insurance claim. And luckily, auto owners makes it easy. They pay what they owe without any hassle. That's simple human sense. Ask your independent agent if auto owners make sense for you.
Game night Friday. You win? To everyone making time for life's best moments, let us celebrate with you.
In Wisconsin, we love celebrating together.
Big days or any other day. From hot juicy to gooey gooey.
So, oh my word.
Oh my word. Serving you a handcrafted meal that makes today
a little bit more special.
That's what fills us up inside.
From Wisconsin with love.
If you have polycythemia vera or PV, it may impact your moments. While you may blame the way you feel on getting older, it could mean your PV is getting worse. It's time to help take control of your PV. For adults with PV who have already taken a medicine called hydroxyurea and it did not work well enough and they could not tolerate it, Jakafi kept the volume of red blood cells under control and reduced spleen size. Jakafi can cause low blood cell counts. Tell your doctor right away if you develop bleeding, bruising, tiredness, shortness of breath, or fever, or if any of them get worse. And before taking Jakafi, if you have an infection, have or had TB or hepatitis B, or had a blood clot, heart attack, other heart problems, or stroke, non-melanoma skin cancers and increases in cholesterol have been reported. With another JAK inhibitor, there's an increased risk of major cardiovascular events.
Oh, with that leg kick, turned to toe tap, We're going on 3 weeks of Eli being on a heater. I had a chance to catch up with him yesterday and ask him, I know you've always been confident you're a professional baseball player, but has the last 3 weeks of success, the major league level, impacted your confidence? And he looked at me and said, absolutely. I've never had a run like this in my career. And, again, you're always confident when you step in, but I feel like I can be even more aggressive on the fastball and in my at-bats, knowing the success I've had. And he's 30 years old, guys. I mean, this is a pretty late bloomer.
He's your age, Wiley.
I don't know.
Late bloomer. Brad Lord.
Wiley was talking about heater, having a run, and my mind just went somewhere else.
Brad Lord, so Soroka goes forward his return here to Truist Park, and now they'll turn it over to that bullpen. But look, for Eli White, all seriousness, he's in Texas for 3 years, never really got consistent playing time, right? He's a utility guy. They put him in there when they need him. He did get a couple of runs of consecutive starts, but not much. They designate him for assignment. Last year with Atlanta, just 5 starts. Now thrust into this role, and he just continues to find ways to get on base. And here it's a 4-pitch walk.
Look, this game's all about improving yourself, right? And finding ways to make adjustments. And we showed you the difference with the fastballs, why he's here. Everybody gets this league because they can hit a fastball. You stay in this league because you can hit a fastball. And so for him, give him credit. He's taken the negative things, the things he's needed to work on, he's done it. Now he's getting the chance to do it. And again, all the talk is when Ronald comes back, where is he going to play? We say that stuff works itself out, man. You just keep hitting and playing, and they'll figure out a place to put you. It's a good problem.
Absolutely. Well, look, we'll see how Verdugo keeps going, but you could have a situation where Verdugo takes a couple of days off a week. White plays out there. White also obviously gives you tremendous speed off the bench.
Well, for sure. One of those two guys get hot and show me it's yours. Competition's not a bad thing either.
Oh, that was a gift. And Nick Allen has a reason to talk to Austin Jones about that call.
Get him, Nick. I like it. That's a bad call. Where Nick's like, dude, I'm 5'7".
Yeah, 5'8", but yeah, sorry. I just want to give Nick the benefit of the doubt down there.
Close enough.
You like to see that little fire, though, right?
I do.
Back to the top, and Verdugo with one away. Well, Ruiz has been suspect in his career at throwing out base runners. He did get Harris last inning. The Braves have that great speed and White down at first here. Hard liner off the glove of Rosario. That was hit 100 miles per hour off the bat, but I think Rosario would tell you that's one he feels he should have had. Maybe a break for the Braves.
Well, I think he has the funky spin to it, right? You see it kind of cut at it. Oh, it hit his, see it hit his finger out there. That's a legit deep there, though. For Eli White, right?
Yeah, that's not an
That's not a Steve. That's what I'm saying. That's legit.
You should have gone back there. So now 2-1 with one out. Atlanta will try to grab the lead here in the bottom of the fifth.
Now that's one of the next two guys right here. Step up and deliver a big hit right here, gap one.
So Rosario still shaking off that right hand.
Can't feel good coming off that glove. It's got a little bit of a crossfire. When you're watching from up here, it looks outside, and you saw on that, it's kind of painted right there.
The story on this guy is a rookie, 25 years old. He began the year in the bullpen for a couple of weeks. Then he started 6 games and back to the bullpen May 11th. So he can give them length out of the pen tonight if needed. He made the roster out of camp and debuted on March 30th, did Brad Lord. Riley the other way.
Get worse than that dust on my head.
2-0. Atlanta now leads it 3-2 here in the fifth.
Atlanta leads it 3-2. Let's go, Braves. Let's go, Braves. Let's go, Braves. Come on in, Braves fans. Hey, if you're over there watching that Pete McDivitt show, come on in. Ha! Yeah.
Force that right fielder to make a perfect throw. If he doesn't, now you got a chance for a fly ball and another run right here.
And you've got Olsen and then Ozuna behind him. Up and in at 95. Olsen didn't care for that much. Went around on the changeup. Matt 0 for 2 tonight. He was 1 for 4 last night in game 1 of the series. Big hack at the changeup. 2-2.
2-2 the count.
Soroka used to be on the top step of the dugout, but usually it's the one on the first base side. Now he'll watch the rest of this one from the third base rail. That missed.
That missed. 2-2 the count.
At the corners, here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, throw down to second, and they got Riley on the double play.
They got Riley on the double.
But the Braves do get the lead. It's 3-2 after 5 innings.
Choose to get every detail right. Every Mazda is crafted with care you can feel.
Step inside the world of flavors. Nizzle Diet, grand bubbles for an uplifting taste.
You ready to meet the latest addition to the family? The money you saved us with auto owners helped make it all possible. It really is the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Excuse me?
Third best thing. Third best thing. Auto owners offers a variety of discounts for life, home, car, and business insurance because they think the more you protect, the more you should save. That simply makes sense. Ask your independent agent if auto owners make sense for you. Check this out. To everyone making time for life's best moments, let us celebrate with you.
In Wisconsin, we love celebrating together.
Big days or any other day. From hot and juicy to gooey gooey.
To oh my word.
Oh my word. Serving you a handcrafted meal that makes today
Today, a little bit more special.
That's what fills us up inside.
From Wisconsin with love.
Fourth base sale going on now. And by Racetrack, proud hometown partner of the Atlanta Braves. Okay, Christian. On to the sixth. Turned into a nice night, 3-2 Atlanta. Had the tarp on the field before the game. A quick rain shower came through, but since then, tarp was lifted about an hour before first pitch, and been a nice night for baseball.
I was blown away by the sunset.
Yeah, I know you were taking in the beautiful shots. We have a lot of great camera operators who always do such a tremendous job bringing you those shots tonight. Jeffrey Adams, Frankie Reeves, Hamilton Lentz, Alfred Eastman, Nate Spearman, Kevin Fay, Patrick Linton, Jeff Barley, Hunter Polsgrove, and Chef Daniels. Very talented, and we appreciate all of them. Liner to center. Harris has it off the bat of low. There's Hamilton. Red rifle. What they call it. Do you know which, I think it's now former NFL quarterback was the Red Rifle? Played for the Bengals for a long time.
Riverside.
No, post that. This is recent.
Oh, Schwellenbach.
No, Andy Dalton.
Oh, Andy Dalton.
Andy Dalton.
TCU action.
Little TCU action. Horned Frogs, that's right. I think he's with the Panthers now. Karen is telling me still around.
Yeah, don't put him out of the league yet.
I don't want to put anybody up pasture prematurely. Ozzie right there off a few bounces. And 2 quick outs.
And 2 quick outs.
The opportunity, if you wanted to send him back out for the 7th, but then looking at to get 6 outs. Again, though, we're just one-run
game. Here we go.
Unbelievable, man.
Looked like the Braves were going to get
good TV.
Yeah, it does. Good ratings down the stretch. It looked like the Braves were going to get something more there in the 5th. That was tough. That strike them out, throw them out, double play.
Yeah.
And Ozzie can't get to that.
Ozzie can't get to it.
2-3 frame. It'll be a single for Rosario. He's having a nice night. 2 for 3 with an RBI.
2 for 3.
Big bat of Josh Bell. Always have
Big bat of Josh Bell.
He has 37 homers in his All-Star season with the Pirates in 2019, though that was when the ball was flying out of every ballpark. No home run here. High, lazy fly.
High, lazy fly.
Atlanta, going to the bottom of the 6th.
3-2, going to the bottom of the 6th. Yeah. Cramming in there, I put my arms in the wrong hole. When I put my shirt on. Don't ask why I had my shirt off. That's a different conversation, folks.
To everyone making time for life's best moments, let us celebrate with you.
In Wisconsin, we love celebrating together.
Big days or any other day. From hot and juicy to ooey gooey.
So, oh my word.
Oh my word. Serving you a handcrafted meal that makes
Today a little bit more special.
That's what fills us up inside.
From Wisconsin with love.
Summer's here. And with the new Toyota, you can go here. What's that? Here. Woo!
Lease the new 2025 Tacoma SR5 for $309 a month, or get 1.99% APR for 72 months on a tough new Tundra.
Your summer starts here.
So we got padded leather seats. We got some in-seat food, some in-seat beverages, and guys, I might just hang out here the rest of the time. And if you want to be here, by the way, it's Braves.com/waitlist. It's there's no better place to watch the game.
All right, I see mozzarella sticks. What else you got, Wiley?
So I got some vegetable pizza with some vinaigrette. I got some meat lovers pizza. I had some pasta earlier. That was pretty good. And I'm looking at the sweet treat. I'm going to go back in there in a couple innings. So I think we'll be
got all his bases covered down there. We know our man
I don't think he
Katie.
can hold it.
No, it could be
That's
disastrous.
the issue.
That Navy shirt could turn marinara in a minute. Braves up 3-2.
Braves up 3-2.
Get a little jealous though that Wiley's getting all the food.
Yeah.
Val took care of us up there, though. We got cookies.
Look at Ballard. Got a little something on the right side there, Ballard. Boy, he turned on that down the line, but it's going foul.
It's just, you can tell, for whatever reason, he gets here at Truist Park. I mean, that bat's flying through the zone. Look at that guy.
That's Ozuna. He was trying to tell it to go fair.
The arm sleeve and the whole deal, huh?
True doppelganger.
Yeah.
It's a lot of dedication down there with Ozuna.
I like it.
He's available for your kid's birthday party,
Yeah, exactly.
corporate outings. Slow grounder to Abrams. So Big Bear just missed a homer instead.
Big Bam just missed a homer. That brings out the Abrams.
And now the man who started the scoring for Atlanta, 2-run homer back in the fourth for Drake Baldwin.
Bravo.
The young man from Madison, Wisconsin, who grew up a great hockey player, but baseball was his path. I think he made a good decision. Fouls off the 0-2, 96.
Fouls off the 0-2.
Led the state of Wisconsin with 43 goals in hockey his junior year. Was a finalist for State Hockey Player of the Year as a senior. Reaches for that. Loops it out to right. Drops it in.
Fair ball. Blooper.
Thought about two, but yeah, it's on the brakes.
Hardly off the break. Well, you told me Ozzy was going chop house.
Think it's time for it?
It is.
Just waiting for Ozzy to break out of the slump. He had some good swings last night on the ball. There it is. Drake Baldwin hit into third.
Baldwin heading to third.
Hitless in his last 28 at-bats can kiss that streak goodbye.
Man, he needed that. And it's like anything. You want to talk about the energy Ozzy brings. You can see gets a hanging off speed pitch. Just stayed right up in the zone. But I don't care how cheerful or joyful you are. We watch him play the game with such passion. You're going through what he's going, Brandon. I mean, it's hard to bring yourself to continue to bring it every night and that joy. So hopefully get a couple knocks for him in the next few days, moving in that right direction, bring that energy back.
Good to see that smile on the face of number one. Now number 23, Michael Harris with an opportunity. Comes up hacking.
Well, this is where, again, you want contact, right? Same scenario as last inning. And especially with Michael's speed, I mean, unless you hit a scorching ball to second base here, just a ground ball to second base, you get a free run out of this and have that lead.
Yeah.
You know, guys, after that hit for Ozzie, Orlando was up against the railing. He was calling for the ball. He wanted to preserve it. You know, Ozzie chance put on the mantle. This is the ball that broke the opener.
Anytime those guys get a chance to rib each other, they take advantage. Big swing and a miss, 1-2. A single and a walk tonight for Michael. Lord deals. Michael fouls it back. Xfinity game changer, 42 career games for Michael Harris against the Washington Nationals. And he's hit their pitching pretty well. 306, 24 driven in.
He's done nice work against the Nats.
One of those ribbies was last night. Will not get one here.
Will not get one here. I'll be right back, everybody.
Allen 0 for 2.
Allen for 2.
Waiting at 0-1. Fouled back. Eli was
Fouled back.
Base, he'll return. Braves are down 2-0 going to the bottom of the fourth, but they have scored the last 4 runs of this game to grab the lead.
Yeah. Pretty dang impressive.
Swing and a miss late. Allen strikes out, but the Braves add a run. It's 4-2.
The all-new Power Plus family from Indian Motorcycle. With distinctive American style and a proven track record of innovation chiseled into every line. This is the power to roam.
To everyone making time for life's best moments, let us celebrate with you.
In Wisconsin, we love celebrating together.
Big days or any other day. From hot and juicy to ooey gooey
To oh my word.
Oh my word. Serving you a handcrafted meal that makes
today a little bit more special. That's what fills us up inside. From Wisconsin with love.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Summer's here. And with the new Toyota, you can go here through that. Here. Woo! And here.
Right now, you can lease a new 2025 Land Cruiser for $499 a month. Or lease a new 2025 Tacoma SR5 for just $309 a month.
Your summer starts here and just keeps on going.
Toyota, let's go places.
This is my coffee shop. And that's me in my custom shirt from Custom Ink. This week, we moved into a new, bigger space and brought on another employee. To celebrate, I ordered new
Major League Baseball made the announcement that they removed the permanently ineligible list for deceased individuals, one, of course, being Pete Rose, 15 others. Joe Jackson on that list, of course, from 1919. You think about the Black Sox. But that means that it is possible, certainly it's not guaranteed right now, but that Pete Rose, as soon as 2027, so 2 years from now, could get in to the Hall of Fame. Of course, he passed last year in 2024. That's our Xfinity game break, and now here we go to the 7th inning with the Braves leading 4-2. Well, Schwellenbach, we talked about if he could work a quick 6th, and he did for only 9 pitches. Now back out here for the 7th.
Yeah, I think you're trying to get as many outs, even if it's 1 or 2 here. Man, it might be 1. I think you got, is that Plummer down there in the pen, I think?
Yeah.
Doug Dylan Lee.
Dylan Lee, he just started to toss, so you think maybe he's back for Abrams, so you give 3 batters here.
Well, there's a good start. The quick reflexes of Spencer Schwellenbach.
Quick reflexes of Spencer Schwellenbach.
Look what I found. Bam.
Oh, yeah. Why am I doing that?
That was coming fast. He also had that quick reaction back in the 3rd inning with Tana grounded back to him. And this is Tana right
Oh,
here.
top of something. I just had to refresh the screen, folks.
Some type of play like that out there on the mound.
Okay, now back to our daily televised programming. Come on, Braves.
Splitter misses outside. 1-2 here. 92 pitches so far for Schwellenbach. Baldwin can't hold on, so still 2-2. Season high 99 pitches.
Season high 99 pitches.
Against Miami. That was the opener here this year at Truist Park, where the Braves won 10-0. Another chance to field his position, and again he succeeds.
You know, 6 2/3 here. Stay tuned for the stretch brought to you by Synovus.
No, thank you.
Last out. See what Ashley Peter got working over there.
We trust it'll be something good.
I would think so. But yeah, I would think this is the last at bat with Abrams. Lefty Dylan Lee getting hot.
See if he can get young and get through 7 innings. Ground ball. Allen has it. 7 innings of 2-run ball tonight for Spencer Schwellenbach. And we head to the stretch.
The stretch is brought to you by Synovus, the bank that helps you reach for your big league dreams. Get there with Synovus. Welcome into the stretch presented by Synovus. Back in the battery, Masha Shambi, he's Peter Moreland, and we've seen some steady offense from the Braves. They scored.
Step inside the world.
Be no surprise here, but it was Drake Baldwin who got things going for the Braves with that 2-run homer earlier in the game.
He's taking full advantage of the limited playing time he's been seeing. We've been having him pinch hit in big situations and get the job done. He's been starting at DH and getting the job done. Don't think he doesn't love he's getting a chance to catch tonight. He's bouncing back around the plate like crazy. Check out the numbers right there. 426 average, a 12.05 OPS, 7 extra base hits, 10 RBIs. He came into the year as the #1 prospect in the Braves organization. He's proving exactly why.
Hey, the
I thought the decision to keep him up here
the photo that you saw on today's thumbnail that you guys saw today was my partner channel. Was on the go with CeeLo. He's my partner channel. If you haven't gone checking out on the go with CeeLo, go check him out. He's a good partner channel of mine. I would highly recommend him to you. And he's a good NASCAR, sport, MLB, and college sports broadcaster than ESPN or anything else. The Atlantvs Braves. What the Braves? At the Braves at Truist Park.
During the 2024 season or in April. And, guys, I was talking to Smith about this, and he pointed out that Austin's sprint speed has risen significantly. He's now in the top 20% in sprint speed in Major League Baseball. And I asked Austin, what are the circumstances that require you to attempt a stolen base? The guy, he told me, Wiley, this was off the record, I'll tell you. I said, okay, fine. He says, the pitcher's got to be really slow.
Huh.
Hey, that's just farm baseball,
yeah.
Right? I was going to say, Wiley has worked tonight. He's getting on the wise.
Gretchen's got him in every half inning right now.
Cole Henry is on. Just like his predecessor, Brad Lord, this is another 25-year-old rookie out of that Nats bullpen. They've been shuffling some arms, trying to get the right formula because that bullpen has the worst ERA in Major League Baseball. One for 3 tonight for Verdugo. That might be 1 for 4 after this. Wood has it. Let's go inside the numbers. Brought to you by Hyundai. Look at the best records in the National League over the past month. The Braves right up there behind the Dodgers and the Mets. And you're in the midst, as we discussed yesterday, of 17 string with no off days, and try to string as many wins here together as you can before you get that off day next week. 4 here against the Nationals, then on the road 3 in Boston before getting an off day in D.C., and then 3 more against the Nationals.
You gonna go golf that off day in DC?
Thinking about it. You want to come up and play 18?
That's not a bad idea.
I hear that you can double hit a ball down your chip shot and you don't get penalized for it.
Yeah. 3 years ago, made that rule change.
They still let breakfast balls happen off the first tee?
Depends what tournament you're playing at.
You remember guests?
No.
No.
Where you hope your partner strikes one.
So you only partner strikes.
Riley RBI single last time up in the fifth. Whoa! Out there. I got out of the infield.
It's a big league bat toss.
That went by Matsui Asasopo and beyond the dirt. That's the season leader for the longest, I can assure you. It absolutely is. I think it was a little more than 100.
Oh, great Instagram video of Ken Griffey Jr. Did you see that one the other day? They were showing a guy for the Yankees threw and almost took his head off, and on the next pitch it was away, and he swung the bat but flung it at the pitcher.
Did he hit him?
No, but he started to brawl. I'm like, what a great idea.
Those happen a little more frequently back in the day.
Yeah, they did.
A ball and 2 strikes.
A ball and 2 strikes.
This righty Cole Henry from Florence, Alabama, and played at LSU. Second round pick by the Nationals during the COVID abbreviated draft in 2020. His 1-2 pitch misses inside. But they converted him from a starter to a reliever this year in spring training. This was just his 10th big league appearance. Called strike 3 on the curveball. 1, 2, 3, 7 for Cole Henry.
At US Cellular, you can get the amazing new iPhone 16 on us, plus $300 off any iPad, like iPad Air, both with Genmochi.
Get iPhone 16 on us. No trading or planning.
Hello, Kenneth. How are you, my friend?
US Cellular, built for us. Inside every dog was a wolf. So feed them natural blue wilderness dog food with high quality meat as the first 3 ingredients. And now at PetSmart, earn 5 times the points on all Blue Buffalo dog food and treats.
Hey, Kenneth. If you're in Discord, could you drop on either my in Sino's self promotion or on my chat in the Discord page of this game?
And that's why you never drive those cars. Party's over, big guy. We're tired of here. I don't want to get my truck dirty. With WeatherTech laser measured floor liners front and rear, a seat protector, and full depth protection, trucks are totally covered. You just got WeatherTech. Yeah, buddy. Let's get to Order your premium American-made products at WT.com.
You can't get enough baseball? Get MLB Network today to stream up to 15 live out-of-market games a week, 24/7 access to MLB Network, and live radio for all 30 days. Stream MLB
Live for more coverage of All-Star in the ATL presented by Truist. Closer and closer to the Midsummer Classic here in July at Truist Park. Going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You're going to take part in the festivities, right?
I am. I am coming to the Derby with family, and then being the All-Star game the day before. I'm doing the Home Run Derby X at Georgia Tech.
And who'd you say is going to be in that?
A couple guys, Andrew, possibly B-Mac, Klesko.
Big Braves name.
Ryan Howard.
You going to have to stretch before that one?
I'm actually going to have to hit.
Thank you, Kenneth. Could you drop it in the Discord page as well?
With the U10 softball team? Yeah.
Like still the best. One of our great favorites here, Ron Washington. When he was my manager at 10 in Texas. I got traded from the Mets, and I show up.
4-2. This game started out 2-0. And then a tie game at 2 apiece. And then they got 2 more ones. And now it's 4-2 in the bottom of the 8th. No, top of the 8th. With no outs. So, at first, I was sitting here going, why in that blankety blank are the Braves not getting the bats woken up? Well, finally got him.
Schwellenbach goes 7 strong, and now Lee strikes out Abrams to begin the 8th.
Come on, thing.
That slider we saw.
Now the Nationals have the problem that the Braves had.
Same thing here. A lot of depth to it.
Good thing for you, French, is you won't blow out going to second base at Home Run Derby.
You won't. But thanks for dropping my Discord link.
We played there. And I'm telling you, we were all laughing when he blew out. He was pissed. And he looked at us and he came by and said, I got 3 hits, though. I added some words to that.
Very wash-out. High in the air, deep left center.
High in there, deep left center. Money Mike.
Quick message from Kia.
Quick message from Kia. Kenneth, I'll be right back.
Now, is it going to be a televised event that you're part of, I believe? Yeah.
We'll see.
All right. We're going to need foot.
If it's going to be televised, I got to use foot more for 10.
Well, you and B-Mac should train together.
Well, I'm hoping, yeah. They're trying to get him to do it. He's going to be in Cooperstown with his son that week. They got the tournament, but I'm trying to convince him to, get a private bird, fly home a little early that Sunday. And a little of that cheese.
Yeah. And maybe you guys can do your home to third run to a belly flop into third base.
Wash went out to make pitching changes that day, man. It took him literally a minute to get to the mound.
Because he was feeling it so much.
Why? What was hammy?
Lee 0-2 here to low. They threw him 2 fastballs and trying to go to that slider, but he didn't chase. 1-2. Thinking another slider here. Try it again.
Yeah, why not stay right out there?
It didn't bite.
Yeah, it's too low.
I finally won.
Down at 2-2 for the South.
2-2.
Left field.
Oh, crap.
Go back.
Hey, Kenneth, you still on the Discord page? Can you grab, thank you. Can you also drop my Discord link too?
New Swiffer Mop Deluxe is made for small spaces. For
Thank you.
Mama proves up. Just grab a pad and go. The built-in solution traps dirt and locks it away.
Wow, still white.
The upgraded strip has 75% more scrubbing power. Ooh,
Still clean.
and with the new locking head, getting into tight spaces is simple.
Can I borrow it?
Turn on MLB tonight's all-new national pregame show 5 at 5 as Greg, Carol, and Dan preview all tonight's matchups. I'm just excited to put any pair of cleats on. MLB tonight's national pregame show weekdays on MLB Network.
The left field. That is gone. Roy Slovis puts his team on top. Buxton Racing in hell dive. Baseball is brought to you by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places. By the Georgia Lottery, today could be the day. And by Yamaha Bullets and Wave Runners. Drake Baldwin with a 2-run homer in the fourth, and then Atlanta has scored twice since then. So after being down 2-0, leading at 4-2 as we head to the bottom of the eighth. Jorge Lopez had his 18th appearance of the season last night. Now he's back out here for game 2 of the series. Four, 5, 6 for Atlanta.
4, 5, 6 for Atlanta.
Braves trying to hand the Nationals their 7th straight loss. And Atlanta trying to get back to level here, 500 in the 42nd game of the season. Ozuna off the end of the bat and into the seats. This guy Lopez, interesting year. He's got the ERA over 7, but he's actually 5-0. He leads the team in wins. That's hard to do. Some opportunities out
Yeah.
at the right time. He's got the most wins and an over 7 ERA. And he also was ejected against the Pirates for throwing at Andrew McCutchen back in the middle of April. He was suspended 3 games. So, been a lot going on for Lopez this year.
You sit down, you're arguing with your manager. I'm 5-0. What are you else you want from it?
Ozuna down the right field line, and another one going foul. Lopez was also the guy last year with the Mets who was ejected and then subsequently designated for assignment when he tossed his glove into the crowd at Citi Field.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah. So it's last 12 months.
Yeah.
Interesting for Lopez. Ozuna is battling up there. Bounds off the slider.
Yeah.
Ooh, wow. Lost control of that knuckle curve. Doolittle and Hickey are like, what do we write down about that one? Don't do that again. Ozuna 1 for 3, awaiting a 2-2. Did he go? He did. Ozuna did run down to first. He is the first out here in the bottom of the 8th.
Looks like he might have gone a little too far.
Yeah.
Another chance for Drake Baldwin, who's had a great night again. The homer, he also had a single, 2 for 3. Here's the homer from the fourth, just got out and right.
Yeah, like I said, saw a bunch of sliders, spoiled some tough ones off, and got that one. And got the Braves back tied with the Nats, and they got it 2-7.
Braves have Pierce Johnson up and warming. With Bryce Iglesias, as Frenchie mentioned earlier, being down tonight. So he is ready to come on and try to get the save of the night. MLB Speedway Classic tickets are on sale now. Remember, that's August 2nd between the Braves and the Reds. Bristol Motor Speedway, MLB.com/Speedway Classic is where you go to get those tickets. Tim McGraw will also be performing in concert that night.
Yeah.
Draw of The Blind Side.
Yes.
I mean, that's one thing he's done in his career. He's done a lot of things.
Yeah, he's a singer, too.
Yeah, that's why they're having it sing there. But you want to talk to him about acting, he might be available after. I don't know. I don't know if he'll have enough time. Baldwin, another one hit pretty well to right. And that is over the head of Cruz. How about Baldwin? A single, and now a double.
Yeah.
I think one thing, too, that's been impressive with him, his ability and what we saw there, he spoiled some pitches, right? Battle off the tough pitches to get to that pitch right there where you can do damage. Luckily for him, stuck right under that wall because that could have been a bang-bang play at second had it came right back.
So Baldwin, a triple shy of the cycle, his 4th double of the year. And Ozzie Albies, who just broke out of that slump in the 6th with a single, comes up here in the 8th.
Called the chop out blast.
Let me see it, just for a little more cushion, right? A little more breathing.
Oh, yeah.
But he is behind 0-2. That Baldwin double, the first double of the night for either team. Interestingly, doubles across Major League Baseball for some reason way down this year. Ozzie did not go.
Ozzie did not
He
go.
was double since the 91 season so far across Major League Baseball. Kind of strange. Just one of those statistical oddities. Ozzie fights off the knuckle curve from Lopez and got a piece that looks like a Ruiz, but I think he's okay.
Are you talking on the field?
Yeah, I am. No. Talking about doubles after the ball game. Got him right on the head. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't have, I have no reasoning. I can't even begin to guess why.
Probably one of those things that through the course of the season, the numbers will even out, or what I would think. Now, steals are high, and they have been the last few years.
What about home run?
Home runs are right around average. But doubles, for whatever reason, are down this year so far. Steals up, highest rate for steals since '87.
I thought that you see that go
Yeah.
with everything.
Yeah, with the rule changes a couple of years ago.
That's when you know you're still. I know we got that single, but you're not seeing. I mean, you're hacking at everything right now. Those pitches are a foot and a half in.
Another 2-2. Slaps it the other way. Get down ball. It will.
It will.
Coming home. Throw to the plate is late. Ozzie Albies with an RBI hit, and Atlanta's up 3.
Atlanta is up 3.
He's able to battle off, even though there's some tough probably going to be kicking himself for throwing that pitch right there. Give Ozzy a chance to kind of just go with it. Add to that lead, get Pierce Johnson a little more breathing room for that night.
Yeah, Lopez, the frustration. The mitt didn't go into the crowd, but he flipped it up in the air.
You don't like anything too, maybe for Ozzy, man. You can go home tonight with hopefully a win and a 2-0 ball game with a ribby. Sleep a little better.
Turning a corner. Ruiz is having an issue with his mask, and now going to go out and talk to Lopez.
What do you think?
I don't know how to feel about a 3-run lead late after all the drama the last 2 weeks. Feels nice. Back in the last 12, this is only the second time Atlanta scored 5. With 5 here to grab the 3-run lead. Is that a pitch out?
Oh, no.
Maybe a miscommunication? I think it was supposed to be.
100% it was supposed to be a pitch shot. Threw it right down the middle.
Ground ball to short. Abrams goes the short route. And Michael beats it out at first base. Eli White had an RBI single in the 6th. That was that strange ball that went off his bat twice that eventually got by Abramson into center field. Ooh, 96. Got him on the back. That one could not have felt good. What's on that shoulder blade, maybe? Davey Martinez with Lopez starting to fall apart a little bit. Is going to take him out of the game with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. We'll be back to Truist in a moment.
She's definitely taking advantage of the growth of beautiful hands.
That's why I keep running into you.
Amazon Prime member, you can get $0 delivery fees on Grubhub. Eligible orders only. Terms and additional fees apply.
At US Cellular, you can get the amazing new iPhone 16 on us, plus $300 off any iPad, like iPad Air.
That is a great deal. And now an unprompted song to express my excitement.
Just know both devices have Apple Intelligence with Genmoji to express yourself.
iPhone 16, stuns, iPad Air waits in the club. Sweet. We should start a band. Yeah. Get iPhone 16 on us. No trade-in or plan requirements, plus $300 off any iPad. US Cellular, built for us.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can go here through that. Here. Woo! And here.
Right now, you can lease a new 2025 Land Cruiser for $499 a month. Or lease a new 2025 Tacoma SR5 for just $3.
Leading into the bottom of the 8th, trying to add a little bit more before heading to the 9th inning. The atmosphere here at Truist Park on a Tuesday night, game 2 of this series. And now Zach Rixey will come on for the 4th time this season.
You get the feeling if you're in AAA right now for the Nats, you're in that bullpen, man. If you're throwing well, you're going to get an opportunity up there, and you can tell. This morning, Dave Martinez just frustrated with hit batters, lack of concentration, lack of execution.
With that bullpen, that ERA right now where it's at, up over 7, and you see the numbers there. Look, there's a long way to go in the season. They probably won't end with an ERA over 7, but where it's at right now is the worst bullpen ERA since the 1930 Phillies.
Yeah,
it has been a big-time struggle. Just the 10th big league appearance here for this right-hander Brixey. Up and into Allen, 1-1. Check back on Harris. Now 3-1, a walk would load the bases and bring Verdugo to the plate. Atlanta got 2 in the 4th to tie it, and since then, single runs in the 5th, 6th, and 1 more here in the 8th. 3-1 to Allen. He's running in on his hands.
Yeah, he's called for there. I think Nick was trying to get started early on a heater.
Now the payoff pitch, and he got it. 95 up top. Off we go to the 9th with Pierce Johnson coming in for Atlanta.
New antiperspirants by Swab. 48 hours of odor and wetness protection, so you can stay ahead of sweat and feel fresh all day. Swab. No nonsense self-care for men.
At US Cellular, you can get the amazing new iPhone 16 on us, plus $300 off any iPad, like iPad Air, both with Genmoji.
Yeah, iPhone 16 on us. No trade-in or plan requirements, plus $300 off any iPad. US Cellular, built for us.
Choose to feel it. The Mazda CX-5, engineered to give you effortless control.
Rivalries run deep, built over time. Every confrontation, every perceived betrayal, and every exaggerated slight further fuel the contempt. Watch the intensity take center stage during Rivalry Weekend on MLB Network. Tune into 7 live games throughout the weekend, highlighted by Juan Soto's return to Yankee Stadium. Plus, friend-turned-foe Shohei Ohtani takes on his former team, the Angels. Rivalry Weekend begins Friday, right here on MLB Network.
Baseball and community go hand in hand. And with pitch, hit, and run, you can make a lasting impact. Register to showcase the foundational skills of young athletes from your local community and the official
Home Depot getting it done. Let's rewind the clock. 19 years ago today in 2006, first walk-off hit, and it was a big one for Jeffrey Francoeur. It left the yard, and the place went out to Turner Field. And beating Washington in that ball game, 8-5. I know you remember that well.
I do remember well, and it's good memory for me. My Grandpa, my dad's dad, we called him Pepe. That was the last game he ever saw me play. He passed away 2 months later. And actually, the fan that got the home run ball heard about him coming to it, mailed it back to me, and we put it in his casket.
Oh, that's awesome.
Cool, isn't it?
That is awesome.
Thank you, Chad Cordero hung that slider.
What a moment that was. You would hit, I think, 29 home runs that year.
Yeah. I got a picture of that at home, actually, hung up with Hubby. Great Braves coach Glenn Hubbard with his fists in the air with me rounding first. Cool moment.
Yeah, great memories. Good for you. And now the Braves will try to close off the Nationals here 19 years later in Game 2 of this series with Pierce Johnson, who has some closing experience in his history with the Rockies. And before that as well, coming on here in the ninth. Liner, Ozzie takes it right off the dirt. One away. Ruiz is 0 for 4.
Take 19 years ago.
That's hard to believe. You were 22. I guess that means I was 22.
Yeah, you were too.
We're born 3 weeks apart, so. The difference is that I was taking finals at that point in time at Butler University, watching you hit that home run. That's the difference, though.
It worked out for both of us.
Here's Ahmed Rosario. No balls, 2 strikes. Tell you what, Fritchie, Schwellenbach, a couple bumps in the road, but last start against Cincinnati, tonight here against Washington, 2 really good starts.
He did, and again, he pitched for the most part in front of hitters, so he was able to use his whole repertoire. Didn't really kind of get stuck 2-0, 3-1 counts. Then, you go back to the home run he gave up first pitch of the game. It wasn't even a strike. It was 6 inches at 96, 98.
And then that run in the fourth, he walked Wood. Wood got to second and came in on the RBI single. But outside of that, Schwellenbach was really fantastic. Riley's got this. And the Nats down to their final out.
Well, and that's what we need, right? An uneventful 8th, 9th inning.
Please. Yeah.
Yes. Quick the leg and finish.
Absolutely. Remember, it's a 4-game series, so 7:15 tomorrow. The getaway day will be 12:15 on Thursday between these two teams. Here's Josh Bell. On the outside corner. No balls, 2 strikes, and the Nats now 1 pitch away from a 7th straight loss. Liner, right field, and that gets down. Eli White will track it and hold Josh Bell to a single.
Yeah, it's got too much of the plate. You can see Greg Baldwin. We're getting the plate. It was just up and hung up.
Bell takes advantage. The veteran doesn't miss many of those. And now here's Dylan Cruz. Painted on the outside corner at 96. Right in there. 0-2.
Pierce can throw so many curveballs, and you can see, I think Dylan Cruz right there just gets looking at 2 heaters.
Oh-2 here for Pierce Johnson. He thought about chasing that curveball. 2 down, 1-2 from the righty. Bouncing in the dirt. Bell was already going to take second. That's immaterial at this point.
And Pierce Johnson held the ball so long, Bell was kind of stuck out there with Olsen playing so far. He just overcooked that one. We're again last night. Remember, we got Cruz 0-2, and then Lacey threw 3 pitches kind of nowhere close. And go after it, I hear.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And a full count. If it gets by Cruz, Tina is on deck for Washington. Now the payoff for Pierce Johnson. Strike 3 ends the game with a little frozen pizza. And for the first time all season, the Atlanta Braves have reached the 500 mark. Braves began the year 0-7 on that tough road trip out west. They've been trying to get back to 500. They do it here tonight, and they now sit at 21-21.
Well, you know, it starts with the pitching, and you saw Grant Holmes deliver last night's Spencer Schwellenbach 7 strong innings tonight. Goes right back at it. Dylan Lee and Pierce Johnson get the job done, and you know, now you kind of take that next step, right? You get 500, now keep cruising over that, but these guys have battled through a lot. The team's been through a lot. It's only been 42 games. So, again, we talked about it, Brandon. They're battle tested. You have guys stepping up when they need to. So,
and that also breaks the streak of 7 consecutive one-run games that the Braves have played in tonight. A little 3-run cushion in the 5-2 victory. Ashley Peter will break it all down. Braves Live presented by Xfinity is coming up next, so don't go anywhere. For our entire crew, for Gretchen Katie, our producer, for Andy Greatstone, our director, for Whitey Ballard downstairs, everybody else, and Jeff Rancourt, I'm Brandon Gordon signing off and saying so long, everybody.
We believe in America, where family comes first and you forge the future with your own 2 hands. We respect the land, celebrate freedom, and always stand ready to defend it. We are blessed to call this country home and know the best days are yet to come. Polaris, a proud American company since 1954.
Name's Conrad Harrigan, family man. And if you cross my family, well, you better pray. We don't ask, we take. And when someone forgets their place, I've got a man for that from some.
Voice is kind of bad.
You kind of wish you would.
The moment I knew Java was working for us was when I realized I could hit one button and send an invoice and then hit one other button and get paid at the same time. We can make estimates within minutes and send them. We had the CRM to use. Anybody with a home service business should start using Java as soon as they can. If you're looking to automate things, get time back with your family, and have a smoother experience for your customers and your team.
What does a pizza, sandwich, or chicken place know about mac and cheese? They know to leave it to the experts. At Noodles & Company, we have an all-new mac and cheese menu. From pulled pork barbecue to garlic bacon mac. Try all of our craveable flavors today.
I'm so bummed. I forgot to get my girl tickets for the show tomorrow. Now it's sold out. It's her freaking birthday.
Ah, you.
Somebody's gonna break up with you. He's definitely gonna break up with you.
Should have used chickpea.
What'd you say?
Chickpea. Look.
Oh, whoa, dude.
What? There are no hidden fees. What do you guys think I said?
Oh, tick pick. I thought you said.
You heard right. TickPick, the no-fee ticket site.
The DQ Sauced and Tossed Chicken Strip Basket comes in your choice of honey barbecue or new buffalo, layered with flavor from the top, bottom, and everywhere in between. Delicious from every angle. That's the Sauced and Tossed Chicken Strip Basket. Get yours now only at DQ.
Turn on baseball's biggest game changer, MLB Big Inning. Experience live baseball in a whole new way with up to 4 games on a single screen. MLB Big Inning, every game night on MLB.tv.
You love the players. 50-50. You love the game. Now you can own baseball greatness. MLB Auction lets you bid on game used and autographed bats, balls, jerseys, and more. With items added all season long from your favorite major league teams, legends, and players. Each item is MLB authenticated to ensure the item shipped directly to your home is the real deal. Want a piece of the game? Visit auctions.mlb.com.
Honey, I'd be protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
Peace. One last time I hit the end button.